Have you ever been wondering what is the best place for you to have your wedding? Worry not, I'm here today to make sure that I give you my insight as a professional wedding DJ who's done countless amount of venues, seen it all from the lows, mediums, and highs. I am going to give you my personal opinion and rank the wedding venue you should be partying at. Let's check it out. All right, everybody, as you can see here, we have our list and we have our ranking. So at the top is S. So that will be the supreme tier, your best of the best. That's exactly where you need to have your wedding at. 100%. You should book this place. A tier, still not bad. You'll still be able to have an amazing time. A tier, you'll be able to get everything that you would get at S tier. Once you get up to S tier, you're pretty much just flexing. So that's my outlook on that one. B tier, I'd say we'd start seeing a couple differences, a couple things maybe here or there that could be better or worse than some venues, but you know, that's there. C tier, now we're teeter-tottering on a bad experience. And then D tier, down here at the bottom, self-explanatory. I'm just not feeling it. So I'm going to give you my personal opinion. These are things that I've experienced while being out as a wedding DJ, things that I've seen over and over again. And then I'm just going to give you my thoughts on why these places would be great for you. So we'll just start it right here at the top. We have a theater or performing arts venue. I'm going to have to put this at S tier. I mean, that's right out of the gate, man. If you have it like that and you got the money machine is like just rolling and you're just able to cash out and you were like, you know what? I don't want to experience any expenses. Mom and dad got it. I work in tech. You don't have to worry about it, and you're going to have it at a performing arts center. I was actually able to DJ in the Fillmore in Minnesota, and it was a great experience. Was able to do some really awesome DJing in there. Huge venue, huge stage, great party. If you have the expenses to do something like that, I mean, by all means, have a great time. I'll put that on S tier because if you're just able to do that, like, it's going to be a good time. You really won't have to worry about there being too much hassle as far as like setup on your end. If you're paying for that, everyone's pretty much going to be at your beck and call for the day. You just pretty much have to enjoy yourself. So shout out to that couple that had me there. Here's our next one. Tent/outdoor. So this is good. This is good. Depending on where you're going to be at, it can have its hit or miss. My biggest thing that I feel like has been an issue for me as a wedding DJ has always been the element of weather having to be interjected into the wedding day. So if we're solely just going to have to like depend on the wedding being super smooth on an outdoor tent alone, I'm going to put this probably B tier. And the reason I'll put it at B tier is because it still can be a great time, but you do risk just the elements that are going to be involved with stuff like this. For me as a vendor, the setup might be a little bit annoying, and that's a lot of space that we have to cover because it's a large tent. So we're going to have to bring like extra speakers and stuff like that. The audio for everybody might not be as high. Granted, I mean, everybody might be able to have like a great time and stuff like along those lines. But I would just say like you're against the odds and the elements of you getting exactly what you want. And I also feel like the more space that you give your guests to wander off to, that might affect how your party is going to go. B tier. Next up, I might even say, oh, yeah, when I pull up to that one, this one especially. So yacht or a watercraft?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
If you're doing it on a yacht or a watercraft, I think that will be... Actually, you know what? You have too much money. D tier. You have too much money. You have too much cash And you know what? This is another thing where you're putting everything on the elements. Because it might be the nicest boat in the world, but once that thing gets rocking, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? You have plates, you have your cake and everything like that. Now, what I would say is if you were just solely going to use this for the after party, you would be good to go. And then, I mean, you got some money because you're having your after party on a boat and stuff like that. However, I just feel like depending on the number of people, depending on the size of the boat, depending on what the facilities are, it has to be like so perfect, because either it could be like a boat with bad speakers, it could be a boat with no quality. You honestly just don't know what you're getting here. I mean, this is just for me personally. Like, maybe if you book this, you've already seen this ahead of time, and like maybe we can make a great party happen from that. I don't know. But I would just say like there's a lot of other variables that I think could happen on there that I just don't think you really need to worry about. Next up, castle or estate. I'm going to put this in A tier. And I'll put that in A tier for the reason being, you know, number one, you might be Prince Harry, and I'm gonna pull up and I'm just gonna be like,
Daddy, chill.
I'm gonna be like, whoa, and I'm gonna open up the door and it's gonna sound like, and I'm gonna see Gordon Ramsay come out the back and he's gonna have a beef Wellington and it's gonna be crazy. But I've actually done a wedding at like I'd say it was a pseudo castle. Sound is great, big venue, really great thing, like a really great place for people to take pictures. I think the hardest thing for something like that, I would say, would be sometimes the load in. Sometimes the load in could be either a great parking lot for this. I'm just saying but as far as like the inside of the venue, yeah, there's probably going to be like a good dance space, depending on like if they're at constraints with like them flipping the room or stuff like that. So it kind of all depends on what's in the castle. But this is also, I feel like you're probably having an outside ceremony and then everything is going to be inside afterwards, or maybe there's going to be like a patio area where you're going to do cocktail hour and stuff like that. But I'd say you're not leaving too much up to the elements. So we like that. Next up, industrial loft. This is in S tier. Yeah, this is an S tier to the max. Well, hold on, this is
Perfect.
it's so good, especially if the space is they're usually just the perfect size for dinner and having dancing all in the same space. The acoustics are awesome. Sometimes you do run into the chance of the acoustics being a little bit reverby in the room and stuff like that. So that's something that you might have to worry about with the mics as far as it goes for doing speeches or everything like that. But once the party gets going and they shut all the lights off in this place and it's super dark and you don't have anything but the DJ's lights going on, this is the one you'll want. It's like a less is more thing, because you could either have a couple that's like a little bit more DIY doing something like that, or it could just be an empty space where a planner could just go in and deck it out really crazy for a wedding, but it's gonna just sound great and be a great time the whole way through. I really like venues like that. And also, you are not leaving a lot up to the elements, which I just think is a huge thing. Ballroom or hotel, another S tier. Another S tier, man. I feel like a lot of couples gamble in the summer on a lot of these venues that are going to come up. They gamble a lot of it on the summer, and they gamble on it just being a beautiful day, and they gamble on so much. When you have a hotel ballroom that is going to be temperature controlled, it's set up to have big parties. It's set up to have just the air horn being hit in there. It's set on it's just a good time. Everybody comes in there. The money's flowing. Everyone's feeling good. What else we got? What else we got here? I go into there and my heart starts to beat, because I know that there's going to be like a really good party on the end of this, and then like they have the staff, they're bringing everything out, everything's just going to be on time, there's going to be internet, you're not going to have to worry about there being no reception, everything is going to go as planned here. Now you might run a constraint where you might want to party for longer, so you might not have that opportunity, or you might have booked an after party or stuff like that. But hotel ballroom, if it's done right, will set it off every time. It'll be loud in there, it'll be perfect dance floor in there. If you have the right party, you have more than enough room. Love a hotel ballroom, especially here in Miami. Number one, backyard or home. This is another B tier for me. It can go good. And there's just like, some people have it like that where they have a good backyard and stuff like that, where they can have the wedding and stuff like that. And you'll have a good time. But, depending on if you like want a real crazy party, that's like a 50-50 chance that you're going to really have that. I mean, granted, if you have like a beautiful backyard, but it's so will you, won't you, will it just be like a quick ceremony? Because I've done that too. So it's just like, if I know I'm DJing in a backyard, like I know it's going to be like really chill. Like I know the party, like I'd say like 30% of them have been like amazing parties and stuff like that, which is great. And then I've had some where it's just like, I wanted to get out of there as fast as I could. So it's like real mixed bag on that one. Vineyard or winery. This will also float in the B tier, and that's because so many of them are so different. Some are so just outside the entire time, but then inside where they'll have the reception or the party set up, it's going to be pretty much amazing. And then it's going to be getting crunk in there, and it's going to be like when the party goes off, you know what I mean? It's going to be like a party. And then sometimes they're just outside and it's way too hot and it's all outside and there's no indoor anything that's gonna happen at any point or time. It's pretty desolate, honestly, when like it gets to that point. And then like some of these wineries are like so up in the hills, and if you have someone that goes down and you don't have any service, you can't call the hospital or anything like that, I would advise against booking these places. They're beautiful, they're scenic, all of that stuff like that. But if you're looking to have like a comfortable experience for your guests that's going to translate into your party, I would just say that's a B tier, because, and the only reason I'm not giving it a C tier is because there's a chance that it could actually be good. There's that. Brewery or distillery. I would put this under an industrial loft. You're probably getting a budget client, but you're possibly also getting a fun crowd at the same time. So it's kind of like a 50-50 chance, and then also they could be really like laid back. So it's just like, you're going to kind of feel like you're doing nothing the entire time. So I would give it an A tier. It's an easy gig for us as DJs. You may or may not have a party there. It'll be just like really easy vibes for everybody. So I'll put it in A tier because, again, we're not putting anything up to chance. The parking's going to be there. Sometimes the load in is a little weird, which is making me think about it for me, or am I thinking about it for you all? I'm going to have to drop this down to B. I'm going to have to drop it down to B tier. I'm going to have to drop that down to B tier. I think that's just like middle of the line. Like, yeah, I mean, it could be good. It could be weird. It could be a lot of things. It'll be comfortable, but it could be a lot of different things for a lot of different people, depending on like what the layout's there. So like anytime that I feel like I don't really like know the layout, unless I'm not feeling it, then I don't feel that one. Beach waterfront. I'm going to go B tier with that one too. B tier is holding it down right now, middle of the road. The scene is going to be good. For me, bringing the equipment over there is going to be a little annoying. I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, it's like it's a beautiful scene. So as long as we have like the right wagon to get it over there, we'd be able to do that. I don't know really know what. Well, I did have one time where I did have a party that was like on a beach. That was the hardest gig I think I've ever had. I had to drive down to San Diego. I had to set up on sand, and I had to break everything down on sand and carry things up. It was at like a mansion, and they had a beach that was down, but I made it happen. And that was like I couldn't believe how tired I was that night. So I'll put a B because the party ended up being good, but there's a lot that goes into if you want to do something on a beach as far as like power and all your concerns like that. And just elements, anytime the elements are going to be a part of your day, that's going to take it down for me. It's just like you're putting something to chance on it could or could not be. And I don't think you just want to do that with your special day. Garden or park. D tier. It could be a beautiful garden. It could be a beautiful park. That is a mixed bag. It's a very broad place to choose to have your wedding. I've had beautiful garden ones. I've had why am I here garden ones. There's just too much going on. Where are we? Where this garden is this a garden in the city? Is this a garden that's in a good neighborhood? Is this a garden that's like sealed off from everybody? Is this a garden where I have to wait outside of a gate to load in? The more you have to add as far as the more you have to add in to that part just for just a place because it has the aesthetics, you are going to tire your guest out if you have them like walking around all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to tell them how beautiful the begonias are, and they're going to be like,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
they're going to look at you crazy because you had them walking around outside all day in a garden, and then you want them to party afterwards, and they're smoked, and I can't do anything about that. So it's like that stuff you have to think about. Chapel or church? I'm going to put that in S tier. I'm going to put that in S tier. Hallelujah. Because if you're having your ceremony in the church, you're probably going to somewhere else for that. So that's an easy day for all of us. So go do that somewhere else. I don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about me being there. I can set up the party and we have us a good time. So that sounds great to me.
What?
Yes. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Botanical conservatory. I'm going to put this in A tier. I'm going to put that in A tier because from what I'm gathering, it's like a covered garden, which is good. So depending on location, depending on where like the second part of the venue is, I mean, you're getting the best of both worlds where you're having that lush greenery that's always going to be there. And then you're going to probably have a second area where the party can actually be had, and they're probably built for a dance floor. So you're getting the elements that you want for your wedding as far as like the nature aspect, if that's what you're looking for. But you're also, I think at the same time, yeah, you're getting sun, you're getting everything. You probably have a good like amount of volume that you can go in there. So like I'm all for this, and like, you know, we're gonna be around like the leaves and stuff like that. I like that. Resort or destination. This is overrated as hell. C. Unless you have like unless you really know what the package is going to be there. Because I had a couple that I was speaking with that they had planned a wedding in Italy, but like they had like the DJ that just comes with there, and the DJ wasn't their vibe at all, and they can't switch out the DJ, but they spent all this money to have this wedding, but they want a party, but you're going all the way to another country to have this party, and then you want to make sure that you're still having the party that you want, but they can only facilitate you with the you're doing too much, man. You're doing too much, man.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Like I don't know what to tell you guys, man.
Nope.
No. I don't think, I mean, unless you're having like an elopement and you're planning on doing there, I'm talking from a DJ standpoint, and if you want to have a party, then that's kind of where I would put that. So like that's cool. I'd say go save that for your honeymoon. So don't make everybody. I mean, if you and your friend group got it like that, where you guys are having the destinations, like, you know, more power to you. But like at the same time, like, you know, don't do that and expect the third of your friend group that can actually make it there and stuff like that, and the other ones are like, they can't go. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, do it in a way that I think everyone can attend, and you're not, again, too many elements. You want to decrease the elements to increase the likelihood of you having a great party. As a DJ, that's where I'm coming from. Let's see, country club or golf course. A tier. I would say country club or golf course, because there are some that are like very middle of the road, and like that, like there's like companies, I can't forget what they're called, but they have a bunch of different golf courses. This is in the Northern California when I was there. They have the Wedgewood. They have a bunch of different golf courses and venues where they have their package set in, and they have the DJ that works there for 3 nickels and a dime. And you know what I'm saying? He's a loser and he can't get no money. And I'm over there like,
yesterday's price is not today's
this is the DJ
price.
you don't want that's in there, because they have the DJ that's gonna come for that's been there for years, and that's all you're gonna get. And you're gonna walk in there like,
oh shit, here we go again.
you're gonna be like, dang, I gotta work with this guy, and you're just like, why do I have to work with that guy? But you also have the country clubs that, just like I think the hotel, they'll be set up for everything. You can have the DJ that you want. They have an awesome ballroom, perfect amount of time, no longer than 6 hours. You go in, you get all your dinner, you have a wedding. They have a great layout and everything like that, and you're good to go. And last but not least, drum
Finish him.
is a barn. If I could put a barn in the Z tier, I would put the barn. I'm gonna put this ahead. I hate barns, and I think I say it again. I'm gonna take you guys on a little flashback. At the beginning of all of my weddings, I was in so many barns. I was just barnyard after barnyard after barnyard. What comes with having a wedding in a barnyard? You are going to have to go through so much dust. I'm going to have to set up in so much. It's so hot wherever you are in the barnyard. Sometimes the barnyard will be ran by people that won't let you into the barnyard, and it's just like so hot. Can you have a good party in a barnyard? I would say, okay, you can have, depending on like your crowd, you can have, but I just feel like, to be honest, for me, I'm all about elevated weddings and stuff like that. And I just feel like, you can have a very beautiful layout in a barn. I'm not going to take that away from everybody. I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum, but like, I don't know, man. I feel like we're back in the dial-up days when we're talking about having a wedding in a barnyard. There's like so many places that have, and then having it in a barnyard in an area with no reception. You have to really think about these things, man. Like, these things that can take away from your guests can take away from your party. So I'm really trying to keep you in the mindset of like, where can you have a good party? Like, and you're at the same time having a wedding, so it's a luxury. You know what I'm saying? You got the money, cash, bags, cashola.
Yesterday's price
It's not.
is not today's price.
That's what I would say. So, I mean, those are just the way I view it. Let's recap for you. So at S tier, we have theater, performing arts, industrial loft, ballroom or hotel, chapel or church, because you're coming to see me afterwards. Hey. At A tier, castle, botanical conservatory, country club / golf club. At B tier, we got tent, outdoor, backyard home, vineyard winery, brewery, distillery, beach waterfront. C tier, resort, destination, I mean, it's nice, but at the same time, like, variables. D tier, barn.
Nope.
Yacht and garden/park. And there you guys have it, man. I think we were able to give you guys a great idea of how to rank the venues that you should have your wedding. I'm DJ Brandon Beach of Silver Sound Productions. Please feel free to reach out to me at the email below here. I'll have that typed for you guys right here. If you have any questions, I would love to chat with you guys, learn about you. If you're a couple looking for a DJ for the wedding, please reach out to me. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.